This morning, we have something kind of fun to talk about. We have an Android feature drop. Now, this is different than a Pixel feature drop. I am already seeing comments all throughout Reddit, people asking, should I downgrade from this beta to install this feature drop? You don't need to leave any kind of beta or even do a system update to install these updates to get these features, because this is an Android feature update, right? So worst case scenario, you go to the Play Store and check for updates. A lot of these are going to be server side. So you've already actually gotten these features. Google is just going to activate them for you, basically. So with that part out of the way, let's jump over to blog.google, and we're going to take a look at what they wrote up with these features. And I'm going to try to kind of dig a little bit deeper. Now, I would love to just show you these features live in action on my phone, but as this is, I think, a lot server side, I am still waiting for these things to hit my phone. So we're just going to talk about them in the only way that I really can currently. So this first one is pretty cool. If you're somebody that uses Android Auto, this might really come in handy for you. You can imagine a scenario where you're driving down the road, you're getting these long text messages, and you want to look over and see what they say and read them. But maybe your friend is long-winded. Maybe it's a group message and there's a lot of messages coming in all at once. It's difficult to read them all, and then it's difficult to respond to them in an appropriate way. Well, now AI is actually going to be there to summarize those long messages, to summarize those group chats, and then give you an intelligent reply to send, or even share your ETA or start a call. This should simplify that process and make everybody on the road just a little bit safer. So another cool feature, sort of in the same vein, is going to be in their application called Lookout. Now, Lookout is an Android app that actually is meant for visually impaired people. And with this update, you're going to have auto-generated AI descriptions of photos, online images, and pictures included in messages. So once again, using AI to look at what's happening on your phone and then give you a summary of that or a description of that. Again, this time specifically targeting visually impaired people. That is pretty cool. I love implementing AI in ways like that. So next we're talking about Google Lens within your Google Maps application. What you're doing basically is you've got your phone and you're pointing it at the world around you. And as you can see here in just a moment on this little animation, it will be overlaying location information on top of where you're pointing your camera. So you're pointing it at this restaurant and boom, it's putting that like AR on top of that restaurant. But taking it a step further, we're going to be now using TalkBack to read information out loud, like business hours, ratings, or directions on how to get there. I'm not sure how often I'm personally going to use that, but I got to admit, it is pretty cool. Jumping over to Google Docs, you can now add handwritten annotations to docs from your Android phone or tablet using just your finger or a stylus. Not much more to say about that. You can mark up stuff in Google Docs. Kind of weird that wasn't already a thing, but it's here now. This is a pretty cool one as well. If you are a big Spotify user, you're going to be getting a small upgrade that I think will make a big difference for some people. So basically what we're getting here is something that YouTube Music has had for a little while, and now Spotify is going to be getting as well. In your little Now Playing widget, there's going to be a little option up in the top right-hand corner that you can hit, and it will allow you to select your output location. So where do you want this music to be playing? On your phone, on your kitchen display, living room TV, Pixel Buds Pro? Where do you want the music to be playing? You can select that, and you can also change the volume right there of that output. Google is also continuing to bolster Fitbit using the Health Connect application. If you don't know about this app, basically what it does is it exists as a middleman between Fitbit and some other health-related applications, and they are expanding that even further with data from your favorite wearables and apps like AllTrails, Oura Ring, and MyFitnessPal. So now Health Connect can grab data from those applications and throw them into your Fitbit app, making it sort of that one-stop shop for your health data. Google Wallet Passes is now available on Wear OS devices. So what does that mean? It means you can access your boarding passes, event tickets, gym memberships, loyalty cards, all from your wrist. So no longer are you restricted to just payment options. You now indeed do have your tickets, your memberships, other sorts of cards like that, which is why they call it Wallet Passes. So sticking with Wear OS, get transit directions with a quick glance at your wrist. I'll just read this one. With public transit directions on Google Maps for Wear OS, you can leave your phone in your pocket and glance at your wrist to make sure you catch your bus, train, or ferry. Basically, just further augmenting the Google Maps, the navigation experience in Wear OS that would again allow you to leave your phone at home or in your pocket and still get those step-by-step directions. And last but not least, this is kind of a weird one for me. So chat with Gemini directly in Google Messages. It appears to me as though you are literally like doing a text message back and forth with Gemini. And they're saying here, draft messages, brainstorm ideas, plan events, basically do things that you would normally do with Gemini, but you're doing it inside the Google Messages app. This feels like a very Microsoft Bing thing to do, where they were putting their Bing AI chat thing into every application in places that maybe didn't make a ton of sense to me. To me, Gemini in Gboard makes more sense than Gemini as like a recipient that you can talk to in Google Messages. I can't imagine I'm going to do this when I could much more easily just hold my power button and get into the same sort of a thing. I don't know. Maybe some people are going to be into this. This seems a little bit redundant to me, but it is going to be a thing. Why not put Gemini into Chrome, right? I need a Gemini button in Chrome that will quickly grab the web page and summarize it like we have with Copilot, Bing, whatever they're calling it these days. At any rate, guys, those are the 9 updates that are a part of this Android feature drop. Again, this is not a Pixel feature drop. You do not need to do anything other than keep your apps updated and wait, and these things will be arriving. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.